comic creators, artists, writers, world builders, this is your call to action. Here at Talkin Comics, we love diving into the stories behind the stories. Whether you're just starting out or you've been in the game for years, we want to hear your journey, your creative process, and what fuels your imagination. So, ready to talk comics with us? Message us or hit the link in our bio and be a guest on Talkin Comics. Welcome to Talkin Comics. This episode we have Colin with us from Nuff Said Books on TikTok and probably everywhere else, right?
Instagram, Facebook, all the good stuff.
Links in the bio, right? Like and subscribe,
yes,
that fun stuff.
Best we can on TikTok. I'm at like 950.
Oh, you're almost there.
Yeah, I'm real close. So I'll put it up there, man.
I was so excited when I hit 1,000. Could like put. I got me at like 1,100 now. Like I'm not crazy, but it's like
you're doing great.
But I was so excited to be able to put that link tree in there instead of just the YouTube, right?
I know. I'm waiting on it, man, because I can put it on my website.
It won't be long.
Kickstarter, all that stuff. Yeah.
Heck yeah. Well, tell us before we dive into your comic stuff. Tell us about yourself.
Sure, man. So my name's Colin. I'm from like Kentucky, Indiana area. I live in Indiana now, but I'm from Kentucky originally. I'm a dad. I got 3 kids. I work full-time jobs and stuff. I used to do radio, sell cars, phones, whatever, so I sold a lot of stuff before I did this, but I started making comic books about 1.5 years ago, right? And I finished 8 and I'm working on my 9th right now. And I do a couple single pages here and there, stories, just so I can wrap up something in like 1 page. I always think that's kind of cool.
That is cool.
Yeah. And I do this. I started making comic books, man, to get over the loss of my father a couple of years ago. He passed away, and that's kind of my idea for my first book is Warriors of the In-Between. Like, what happens when you die? Like, what if you come back as a superhero? You know what I mean?
Very cool.
He was my hero, dude. So yeah,
100%. I lost my father when I was 15, so it was it was tough. I mean, that was many years ago. Coming up on like what? 26 years, 27 years or something. So it was crazy. The end of this month, actually. Losing a parent's not easy, it's no matter, I'm assuming at any age, luckily I still have my mom. So.
Oh, that's awesome, brother. Yeah, no, I don't have her either, but she wasn't much in my life most of the time, not getting on a sad thing.
Yeah.
Substances and whatnot. But so that's why I said my dad and me were real close, and it was just a big thing. And he was like, "You should do something with your drawing and writing." That's also.
He told you that?
Yeah, because he read books all the time. You know what I mean? Like I have boxes of books in my storage unit from his house. And he knew that I always liked comic books. He's like, "You should really do something with that," because I'd paint or draw here and there.
Very cool.
So just kind of tribute to him, and then now I'm just doing all sorts of stuff with it.
Yeah, I get the whole single parent thing too. My oldest daughter, her mother wasn't around much and still isn't, and so I deal with that with my daughter, and that's not easy either, but
No,
it's life, right? And
yeah, man, I'm part of it.
Part of it. So go into like what you've written 2 separate comic books, right? And you're on issue. You just dropped what, issue 3?
Issue 3
one?
Freedom Fontaine Undead Bounty Hunter. That's issue 3, and then Warriors in Between. I got 5 done. I'm working on 6 right now, and I post those. When I get done with the page, I'll put it on TikTok. Put music.
Okay. Yeah. Do you sell any of your books, or you just give them away?
No. So I put them for free on Global Comics, so everyone can read them whenever. Or if you really need, I can send you a link to a PDF or something. But no, I sell them. I just had a good Kickstarter. Well, for me, my first one was horrible. My second one funded. Those books should be in like Friday, so I'm going to send them out to the people. So yeah, I sell them. I do like a lot of craft market fairs, stuff like that. I went to PopCon in Indy earlier this year, did horrible, but it was a very cool experience. Yeah, man.
Well, what was wrong? Like, what happened? Why do you say it was horrible?
Just for me, it was like a very good con, but I didn't really like, because I brought some paintings I did of pop culture stuff, but I didn't bring like pop culture like stickers and stuff that people would buy to get you into the table. And so I had that all around me. So they were like talking to me, and then they get interested in like a Deadpool sticker, like right next to me. You know what I mean?
Gotcha.
So that was my fault. But I know Future brings some pop culture stuff, some prints of neon artwork, stuff like that,
Okay.
and then keep them there. But really cool. Talked to some creators, bought some books from those guys. So that was fun. You know what I mean?
Yeah, I cannot. We've been doing a few smaller conventions around here. We're in North Carolina. And
Awesome. Yeah.
yeah, so we do some small ones here. We're actually going to start tabling, next year, probably around February, March. Um, I'm writing a comic book, for the podcast, um, with our mascot Panel Pete, but it'll be done by May is like basically my goal to release is Memorial Day. The rate we're going, it might finish quicker. Like I think we're almost
Oh, yeah.
half done with the art, so it's been going really well.
We are beyond excited to share the Chronicles of Panel Pete, a brand new comic coming in early 2026. Written by Talkin Comics podcast host AJ Reimann and co-written and illustrated by Mike L. Cards Comics. Panel Pete is a heartfelt comic about courage, imagination, and the hero within. Sure, he may stir up a little mischief, but at the end of the day, he's the hero we all need. Expect variant covers, exclusive merch, and much more. Follow the links in our bio, hit that notify me on launch on Kickstarter, and join us on this adventure.
It's amazing to see. I am not an artist, I envy you that can write and draw and everything together, but
Yeah.
I finally decided, I was like, I'm going to hire an artist, and I got to do one that I've interviewed, Mike Algier. He's been phenomenal.
Oh, yeah.
So much
Yeah.
fun. Do you know his stuff? Dark Arts comic stuff?
Yeah, yeah. So I went back and watched that because I read or not read, but saw where you were like, "Hey, I got one of the guys I interviewed," and I was like,
Right.
"I'm gonna go check his stuff," and I was like, "Oh, it's really cool."
Yeah.
So I do want to see the pages. Like it seems like it's gonna be cool, man.
Yeah, he's got 9 pages done. He just sent me, I think, the line work for page 10. There's 20 pages, so we're almost half done, and which is awesome. And we released the first 4 pages and the cover for free right now. If you go to sign up for our newsletter, you
Oh,
get
yeah.
it for free.
Everyone
And
do it.
then he's posting and I'm posting, pages here and there too. So it's getting out there. And the last page was awesome. Pete turns into a monster. It's really funny. It's a
Oh,
great page. But we're going to start tabling, and that's good advice, right? Don't just have a book on the table or, have a tablecloth.
yeah.
I've
And
been
I'd stand.
stressing. Do I?
I said I'd stand a lot too, because
Right.
sometimes when you sit down, man, they'll just roll by you.
Right.
But if you stand and there was a cat, he was in a Mysterio costume and he just stood the whole time behind his table. He was selling stuff left and right.
Wow.
It was crazy. Like he'd have stuff pop up on the bubble.
Well, that's really cool.
Yeah.
I'm gonna have to get my daughter to dress up as something, like as Panel
So
Pete, maybe.
you could do it. You could do it.
I could do that. Yeah, I've been stressing about just building a booth. I've done conventions in the past on the gaming side, like the board
Yeah.
game side,
Okay.
and had decent booths, but I've been trying to build the booth in my head of how I want to set it up to sell prints and the comic and really advertise the podcast too, right? So get
Yeah,
more people watching the podcast.
for sure. Well, I got a thing that's like extended poles and it's like 8 foot tall and I hang stuff from the top and the side on it. It was
Yeah.
like $40 on Amazon. So that's
Perfect.
something. Yeah. And they got those little cube cages you can
Yep.
get $20.
I was looking at
And you
those.
just, yeah, those are cool, man. They help great for stickers or buttons or whatever.
I have a cover where the cover that I'm doing for the I am doing one cover just because I'll do a graphic design version versus I can't draw.
Oh, that's cool. Yeah.
But it's a comic box, and then Pete's popping up over the top of the comic box. So I thought about using those cubes and get white cubes, and build a comic box, and the window is the handle, and then get a big Pete cart cut out to pop up over the top of it.
It'd be
I
cool,
had that
dude.
thought the other day. It's like, that might have to be the way I do it.
That would be awesome. Yeah, very visual. That'd be awesome.
Right? That'd be kind of cool.
I think so.
So go into the Kickstarter. Like you said, the first one was horrible.
Oh
You
yeah,
said, so what did you do wrong? What did you
$18 or
learn?
something.
$18?
$18 or something. Yeah. I learned you got to promote it more, man. Like
Okay.
I no followers on anything. Maybe like 100 people on TikTok or something, maybe less
Okay.
than that. And you just really got to get out there. And I didn't really get in my local community. I know a lot of people do that and they're very successful. But I didn't really know you can pay for marketing stuff. You can
Right.
jump on things.
Do podcasts.
Do podcast. Well, I didn't even know how to do that. Like this is like
Right.
one of my first ones.
Oh, really? Okay.
Yeah, dude. So I really appreciate you.
Hey, that's what I like. This is what I want to be, right? Like, I love doing the weekly show with my daughter. Like, we have a blast, right? Like, we play those silly games. She gives me no points, and Stephanie got all the freaking points, but whatever. Perfection achieved. Or deadline met.
Oh no. Yeah, can I if this is the moment that
I know, this is you push all your chips into the center of the table for this one.
Right, both. That's also an answer.
Look at that. Yeah.
She just gave you an out?
Yeah, she did.
I told you, these girls they're this is how they do it. It's good. You guys gotta stick together.
Answer. I wanna make it perfect by the deadline.
But like, that's so much fun, and that's why I started this, right? But then I started doing the interviews and meeting these people, and just so now it's like my mission or my vision is statement, right? Would be, giving an indie author a voice, right? That would, put that on a t-shirt, right?
T-shirt. Yeah, t-shirt.
So it's like, I love being able to talk to people like yourself and anybody that takes the time to create these things, because now I'm going through the process. I know how long it takes, right?
Yeah.
And how much work goes into, writing the script and coming up with the idea and finding an artist and hiring an artist. And in your case, you're doing all of that, which is, we'll get into that in a few, but
yeah.
I love the fact that I can do this. And if it just helps one person find you and follow you and buy your book, like that's a win for me,
Okay, cool, man. Yeah.
So I'm hoping an homage to, so I'll get into that now then. So part of, we talked, my comic book is, part of my comic book is set inside a comic shop, right?
Okay.
So Panel Pete lives in a comic book, right?
Yeah.
So obviously there's comic books in this, or, comic shop in the book. So what I'm doing is everybody that I'm interviewing, I'm asking, so this is me asking you.
Okay. He's like, I'm going to put it very black and white for you.
Right. Yeah. This is me asking you as well. Okay. There's, what's on the shelves in a comic shop, but comics, right? Covers of comics. So the panels that have in the comic shop that have the comics on the wall, I'm using people that I've interviewed that are allowing me to use their cover to put on the shelves in the comic shop in my comic book.
That's awesome.
Right.
Dude.
So it's like an homage to the indie community. Right. Yeah. So if you're down for that, I'll follow up with you with an email. But,
absolutely. Yes, please do that.
All right. So we're trying to get as many as we can in the book. So then I'm going to have to do an issue 2, because once this book releases and I'll be interviewing more people, I'm going to have to do an issue 2 then.
You have to keep it running.
Keep it running.
Yeah, it's very cool. I want to ask you about yours, but I don't want to take away from the
Sure. I mean, ask away.
Well, dude, so like you're working with an artist, right? So like when you get those pages back, because I haven't had this before, because I don't have money for it, it just has to be me. But like, how cool is that to get the page back, man?
It is. I've said it several times already, but it is amazing. Like the first page he sent me, like just as like the not scribbled lines, but just a sketch, like, just a little pencil sketch of the outline of it. He sends it to me and I'm like, I wrote that. Like, that's so cool. Like seeing, what something that come out of your head now on paper as an image, right, in panels, and it doesn't change with the first page, and it hasn't changed with the 10th page, that he sent me. That I'm still like, holy cow! Because like I'll go back and read the script. I wrote the script, on a piece of paper, right?
Mhm.
Emailed it to him, and it's like, okay, this is what I said. This is this is freaking cool. It's so cool, to see that. But so yeah, it's a very cool experience to, and I feel like everybody I've asked that same question to other people that have, no artist or hired an artist.
Right.
And yeah, they say it never gets old, whether it's their first book or 100th book. So that's pretty cool. Yeah, I need practice answering questions. So I'm usually the one, on the other side asking the questions. So yeah, feel free. Ask me as many as you want.
Well, I would like to. So when you hopped over and you said, I'm going to write this, right? Like, did you nail it all out real quick? You take time and rewrites, or like what kind of is your process on that?
So as we talked about in the pre-show, before we started really going, we were talking about Stephanie Phillips and her TikToks, right? She does a lot of TikToks with, her process and what she does. And she had one that was, hey, I literally take a notebook, I number the page, or, with a pen and paper, 1 through 20, 1 through 24, however many pages the book's going to be.
Yeah.
And then I just sit there and I write. She writes like what like the overarching theme of that page is going to be, right?
Okay.
So I was like, I can do that at least that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So I sat here and I wrote 1 through 20, put it all down. It took me a couple days, maybe just having it on my desk, coming up with an idea, typed it out. And then I went on a trip. I went to Alaska a couple months ago.
Oh, neat.
And I had a long flight, like a 6-hour flight from here to Seattle. And I was like, all right, I'm dedicating that time on the plane. I'm stuck in a seat, right?
Yeah.
I'm going to write. That's what I'm going to write the script. So I did there and back. Took about 10 hours. I just wrote everything I could and descriptions and stuff of each page. And then I took another round of another couple hours one night and like just rearranged it, edited a little bit.
Yeah.
Printed it out, gave it to my wife and my kid, and said, "Here, read this." And I went and run and hid.
He's like, I got it.
Because I was scared to death, like, of the feedback, right? Like, is this going to be that bad, right?
Yeah.
So I went and ran and hid, let them read it. So they come back and they're like Annakhan, she loved it. She was like, "Oh, this is amazing." And well, I was like, "Yeah, that's pretty good." And she's a writer, so she ought to know a little bit,
Wow. Okay.
I'm not a writer. I'm math guy, right? Business and math. That's me. I'm not a writer. My spelling's horrible. When I type something, it's a Christmas tree of red and green lines, So,
yeah.
but so yeah, and so she read it, she said it was good. I'm like, all right. So Mike Elgier, he, my artist, he came and he just before that, he sent me just a fan art of Panel Pete, him drawing it. I was like, oh, this is really cool. And I just asked him, hey, would you do a cover? And because I thought it was really cool how some like indie creators that know each other, they'll kind of do alternate covers or variant covers for each other, right? And I was like, yeah. I was like, so would you do a cover? He sent me a cover. And I'm like, want to write the whole book or draw the whole book?
We're right now.
And he was like, yeah. Or, he's like, oh, let me think about it, and I sent him the script. And he came back and he's like, yeah, I'm doing it. I'm like, sweet. So we agreed on a price and all that, and I'm paying him to do it. And, it worked out really well where he could, he's been knocking it right out. So it's been really fun and really cool. So that was my process. A lot of it come from, Stephanie's TikTok, or even, do you know T.S. Luther?
Well, yeah, dude.
We had him a couple weeks ago. Yeah. He sent me a copy of that. I got it somewhere here.
Wait, and he signed. Hold on, he signed those, but not Alice in Wonderland. Right?
Yeah, Alice. Yeah, I think. Yeah, I released that video today. I think that was funny.
Yeah, it
I'm
was
like,
funny.
come on, you didn't sign it.
It's funny.
He messaged me, well, because I sent him that video a few days ago when I put it together,
Yeah.
just to mess with him, because it was so much fun. He had a great time with Annakhan and stuff, and
That's cool, man.
I sent him that video, and he was like, well, I didn't write that one, so I didn't sign it. He's like, I only edited that one. Oh, okay. That's why he
Yeah.
didn't sign that copy, but he signed the other ones, right? That was pretty funny.
That's very cool.
But he's putting out really good content too,
Yeah, he's great.
on process and stuff, and writing, and so
It's very helpful to people for sure.
right. And all these people, Stephanie Phillips, TS, Invader Comics themselves are putting out good content.
They're good. Very good.
Hopefully I'm putting out something good. I don't, hopefully.
Doing phenomenal.
Thanks.
Phenomenal.
I appreciate that.
I look forward to them, so it's very cool.
Well, yeah, I appreciate that. That's awesome. Well, like I said, I hope that's the reaction that, the community gets from this. Like, I'm not out here to try to sell you everything and anything. I mean, please buy my comic, but,
just
just the comic, there's hats and hoodies too, but whatever. Which I forgot my hat today. I had a haircut this morning, so I don't have my hat on, but
we got to stop,
huh?
I said, you got to stop. I got mine. It's so far back, but I got mine that I got from one of those sites. I was like pay on demand or whatever.
Right.
I got to get more stuff. Like I'm printing my own signs and playing cards and all that stuff. But shirts, I've done a couple, but they kind of fade through. They're not as good as like a professional one. And it's got to be a white one for it to really look good. So I do my own shirts, but it's better if you get them outsourced or whatever.
Well, I'll tell you, they don't sponsor me, so I'll tell you afterwards where to go. But I will tell you, they don't sponsor me, but it's a buddy of mine. Allegra Printing in Michigan is the one that's going to print my book. A friend of mine owns that shop. But they do really good work. Like if you need like prints or even your comics, or whatever, they do a really good job, really reasonable price.
Okay. I'll capture that part of the episode and write it down.
I'll flash it on the screen, his email, but
perfect.
Something like that. I'll get you his info. His email.
Yeah, that'll be honest.
And you can maybe he'll sponsor me one day. No, he's giving me a killer deal on printing my book, so that's sponsorship enough. So I wish his printer went down yesterday, so I don't have them yet, but he's gonna probably knock them out today and send them to me. I'm getting some 11 by 17 prints of the A and B cover, Mike's cover and my cover.
Yeah,
and it's more like rack cards and stuff.
Oh, neat.
Which I'll have in the background eventually.
Yeah, there you go. That's awesome. That'd be cool.
You can ask me more. We can, whatever you got.
He's like, we can flip it and just.
Yeah, I'm welcome to, Colin's podcast. I'm just AJ, the host of Talkin Comics podcast.
We're hanging out.
Collabing.
No. That's what the kids say. Collab.
Yeah,
that's right.
That's what the kids say these days.
Yeah, because I turned 40 earlier this year, so I'm like, I don't know any of these words my kids say, man.
Yeah, I might skip 67, episode 67, just because the 6-7 thing. But
I saw the South Park thing. I have no idea what it's about other than the South Park thing. But
me neither. My daughter runs around the house saying I have no idea what it means, but whatever.
Actually, I was going to ask you. So, when you do those pages, sorry, real quick.
Yeah, no, take your time.
Is it like how like a movie script would go, or do you go panel, action, part of the day, dialogue? Because I know everybody's got different, because I know how I do it, but I just wonder kind of like how.
So I copied a little. I saw a little bit of what Stephanie did. I Googled just comic scripts, right, just to see examples. Yeah. And I kind of meshed that together from a couple different areas, but it was basically like, okay, here's page 1. I didn't go like page 1, panel 1 and go so much detail. I kind of wanted to leave it up to the artist to imagine what, like, I write the dialogue and, this might be the time of day. This is the location, like inside the comic shop, at night, and then this, and this happens on this
Okay.
page. And then he kind of takes that, and the coolest part about it so far, and this might be a hot take, a little bit, a little
Okay.
controversy that I
Flashing
learned.
sign, hot
But
take. Yeah.
yeah. So I wrote it, and I kind of felt like I didn't have enough words, right? I kind of felt like it was kind of light on the writing, but I'm not a
Yeah.
writer, so
He's like that.
makes sense, right?
All right.
But so when because he's doing the lettering too, right? So he'll do the whole page, complete start. He'll add words here and there that need to be there, like that I didn't even think about. And I get it back and I read it and I'm like, oh, that's freaking so cool. That works perfectly. It makes it, the book's 100,000 times better because he's involved. Right. If I would have done that myself, maybe I would have added some things as I was going, maybe, probably, but
probably you would have, yeah.
Just the fact that he did that and felt like he could do that, I was like, well, I'm going to give you like co-writing credit, right? Because, you are, right? So
very cool, man.
Yeah, he was really cool about it and I was cool with it, Apparently there's some people that are like, you don't touch my writing. Like, my writing is my writing. You don't touch it. I'm like,
they're very proud of
it. I can see that too if it was really in depth and meaning behind it, right? Like mine was more an overarching, probably just a really good outline was what I wrote more than a script.
No, but that's cool. But if they're gonna because I know one of the everybody wants to get to the top, right? And Marvel DC, you're gonna have an editor that be no, you can't do that.
Right.
It's gonna happen.
Exactly. So yeah, that was I think that answered your question, but
yeah, it did, man. It's very helpful.
It's very cool. I hope that's what I did. That's what worked for me. It worked for me and my artist. And it's just now it's almost just as much as his book as it is mine, right?
And that's what I imagine you would want,
right? And I never thought I'd be able to find somebody that would, be just as involved and enthusiastic about the project as I was, because it's my idea, right?
Right.
I never thought I'd find somebody that was just as equally enthusiastic, and I fully expect, like when this book comes out, like if he goes to an event, he's going to have copies there to sell and sign, right, for himself. So, and I hope he does, so.
Yeah, he should. I mean, I know some of the people I've talked to at the PopCon or other stuff that I just was spectating at when I went. They had like the artist will bring copies. Like I bought one at PopCon specifically. It was the artist. He brought copies of it. Actually, I have a couple comic show and tells.
Sweet.
I'm picking out real quick. This Omega 11. It's so hard, but the artist, he's a cool dude named Zach, and I was talking to him on just distribution, different stuff, and I ended up buying it from him. But yeah, he absolutely tables like all his books. You know what I mean?
That he's just the artist of?
Yeah, he'll take. He says I table every single one that I'm the artist of, because whether he got a co-creator credit or not, it's still his work out there.
Right, 100%. So, and I can't wait. Like, so he invited me to, like, he's in the Connecticut area, so Terrificon in August.
Yeah.
I'm gonna go to that with him and do, we're gonna do one together, so that'll be really cool. Maybe I can get him to do another one, together somewhere. So if we make money and I can afford to, fly him somewhere or something, that'd be cool.
Oh, that'd be cool. You should do those questions like Impound does at the cons,
Yeah, we probably will, because that's like the main thing, right? So I want to go and have a podcast table, right? Like the Talkin Comics is the who's vending, right?
Mm-hmm.
The comic book is like an added bonus. Prints are an added bonus for me, to spread the word about the podcast, right? To help the podcast, right? That's my goal. So we'll see. I mean, I make a little off the comic book and maybe pay for the booth. That'd be great. But
so kind of like Jim Shooter in Secret Wars, like he wanted for the action figures. He did that whole Secret Wars in the 80s just so he could have a toy line.
There you go. Right. Exactly. So that's kind of help all feed it all together, right? And hopefully if the podcast can take off enough to, actually make some money, ads or something, that'd be great. But
get some
If
get some
not,
readings.
I'm having fun doing it anyway. Like I said, this will be, I don't know what episode this is going to be, 54, 55, something like that.
In the
And
50s.
in the 50s in 7 months, right? So
Yeah,
it's been crazy. It's been a crazy
that's
7 months,
that's killer 7 months, man. You're like knocking it out. It's awesome.
right? So tell us about what's your writing style currently?
Oh, okay, man. Well, so it's all over the place, really. My first couple issues I had was very methodical. Everything's like it's got to be this panel and this thing and da 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 da, and no backgrounds because I was horrible at them at the time. I had a couple backgrounds here and there, you know what I mean. But so everything was real meticulous in the beginning, and then later, sometimes I would write out that just the idea of what I wanted to do. So in Freedom Fontaine, Undead Bounty Hunter #2, for example, I was writing it and I was like, man, I don't know what I want to do in this scene, but I know I want it to be like the movie Desperado. It's one of my favorite
Okay.
movies. Like when Antonio Banderas walks in that bar and they all have the guns up and get him. That's kind of I was like, all right, that shot's cool. That shot's cool. And I had because I really wanted sleeve guns because
Yeah.
Freedom
Yeah.
he does sleeve guns and then he goes like this. So I was like, just make the panel around that, and then I just drew the panels first and had the dialogue in my head and did that.
Okay. So you were
But also,
drawing the comic out first, then adding the writing.
yeah, like because I do a lot of my I don't know Kevin Smith. He's like a writer and movie
I have
guy.
no idea who
Okay,
he is.
yeah. Well, some people I was at the office the other day and the guy had no idea who Kevin Smith was.
I
Oh,
have a signed pop by Kevin Smith.
oh, cool. Okay, well then yeah, you're good. You know,
I think I have a
he's
Clerk
like,
book here. Yeah. There's the Clerks, Tales from Clerks.
oh, dude, that's awesome. Yeah. Sorry. Well then, my bad.
You're fine. I was joking when I was like, Kevin Smith, who's that? No.
Yeah. But I was watching one of his things and he's like, writing's up here. It's not necessarily the typing it out. That's just like a process and a habit.
Right.
Like he writes when he drives. And that's kind of what I do. Sometimes, like I'll be falling asleep and I'll think of something and then I'll remember it in the morning or I'll write it down, whatever. And then I go from there. Yeah. A lot of my phone, I actually do, this is something, I do everything on my phone. I do all the art for my comics on my phone.
Really?
On Procreate Pocket. Yeah. It's
Wow.
like $6 and you can do a lot.
That's crazy. That would drive me insane, I think, if I had to do it that small. Do you have
That's
a
what everybody
stylus
tells me.
or?
Yeah. So these are the two, I use these two guys.
Okay.
Will do.
You have a fine tip stylus?
Well, so on my phone, it reacts to like the one part,
Right.
but that's okay because you can change the
size of the
incorporate-
brushes,
Yeah,
right?
yeah. So like when I'm inking it or whatever, I'll start the line. I'll just pick the brush that starts the line wide and makes it small and goes like that, you know. Or if you're just penciling it out, I'll even pick blue color, kind of like if I'm drawing it,
Right.
you know, the table, and I'll go back with the inks and stuff.
That's crazy. That would
Yeah.
be, I do a lot of graphic design, but I'm on a, 27-inch monitor, 27-inch
Right.
monitor. And when I have to do it on my phone, I'm mad. Like, so small, I can't see this. I'm too old for that.
Well, so I'm on the phone a lot for my day job and with insurance companies, and you're on hold for like 30 minutes, hour,
Wow.
something. So I'll sit there and I'll just like, oh, I got to finish that panel or color it or whatever. And I'll do that because I'm sitting there anyway. Yeah.
That's really cool.
Yeah.
Need an iPad for Christmas.
My kid's got one. He wants a phone. So I'm like, oh, I should get you the phone. And then I'll use
Then you get an iPad. They'll be like 4 times the size. You'll have so much background that you won't know what to do with.
Oh, I know. It'd be awesome. Well, yeah, and because I'm trying to put backgrounds in everything now that that requires it. Not everything. Some of them are like gradient pages and stuff.
Yeah.
But like I was just doing one for Warrior 6 where it's city in the background and you just make really small lines and it looks like a city. And
Yeah, that's really cool. What got you into artwork? Like, when did you first learn that you liked artwork and you could draw?
well, so maybe 6. I love Ninja
If you say
Turtles.
6'7", I swear to God.
No. You
I
did,
was
bro.
6 or 7.
Oh, that'd been funny. Oh, I'm not funny.
You missed it. You missed the chance.
uh, like 5 or 6, man. Like Ninja Turtles. It came on the TV. I loved it, so I'd draw them at school and stuff.
Heck yeah. Like we all drew Bart Simpson and, Homer Simpson at school. Yeah, I remember those days.
Yeah,
I should have
man.
stuck with it then. Whatever. I missed my
Well,
chance.
I stopped for like 10 years and
Really?
I just recently picked it back up. Yeah, I used to do paintings and do contests and all sorts of stuff. And then I just dropped off but I picked it back up, like from before, like when my dad passed and
Right.
was getting better all the time. So,
Hey, you got it. Maybe I'll start working on it. I don't know. We'll see.
dude, yeah. How to Draw Comics the Marvel Way. Very helpful book.
Right.
YouTube tutorials. Everybody wants, to get money and stuff
Right.
from YouTube. Very helpful. I pick up like Spider-Man Todd McFarlane books and just look at them. You know
Right.
what I mean? Or I'll go to like a John Buscema comic or like Mark Texeria from the Ghost Rider from the 90s. Like I'll just go and stare at pages and like, how do you do that? And then I'll just do, over and over again,
Yeah.
like a
It
skateboarder.
takes
or something.
practice. Anything you do, right?
Yeah.
The first drawing's not good. The 20th drawing's a lot better. I mean, I say the same thing about the podcast. You look, it's funny. We'll go back and watch episode 1 just for fun. It's just us at a little plastic table, and we've come a long way in a few months. I think where we'll be at episode 100 or 200. So
Awesome.
hopefully, still talking to the same people and having fun.
Yep.
That's the goal.
Oh yeah.
So what was you talked about your dad, that he was your inspiration of getting into writing, and that was the first story. What about the other story? What was the inspiration behind that?
Well, so I know I said a second, so it'll be kind of redundant, but I was falling asleep and just the name Freedom Fontaine hit me in the head. I was like, well, what do you do with that name? I was like, I need another part of my universe, because all my books for the first 3 years are going to wrap in one universe. So they
Very
actually
cool.
have crossover. Like
Heck
Freedom
yeah.
is in Warriors 4 and 5, and he's going to be in 6 too. So everything, and then I've got another book I'm going to start on next year called Young and Tragic. I've got a cover done and stuff. It's going to be my team in the Undead universe, and it's just going to keep going from there. But yeah, I just wanted like another person, and like bounty hunters are always cool. So
Of course.
yeah.
I love that. And you'll do a little big crossover, as you say. You'll have a big like final issue with them all together.
So I guess I've never said this, but I'm going to have like it's
Breaking
the Shadow
news. Hold on. Breaking
here's
news.
your breaking news for you. The first 12 issues of Warriors and like 8 of Freedom are called the Shadow War arc, and it's a whole thing. And I'm going to have like this big Infinity War kind of with all the heroes and bad guys from every issue that I do, culminating in that.
That's awesome. Very cool.
So we're a couple years away from finishing it, but it's going to be really cool when it gets done.
So how long does it take you to do one comic?
One comic, well, it depends. The more detail, like I would say generally between 1 month to 2, sometimes 3 months been my longest period without putting out a book since I started.
Wow. And how long ago did you start?
I started on April Fool's Day of last year.
Heck yeah.
I was like, well, if I don't do anything, that was the first page I drew.
That's awesome, man. How do you market? You were talking, I don't know if we ever finished that part of the conversation. You're talking about marketing. We jumped all around. We were talking about Kickstarter. The first one failed. You learned you had to do podcasts, and I think we jumped into you asking me questions, which is great. So let's go back to that. What did you do differently on the second Kickstarter to help?
I was going to ask you what your favorite food was, but back to me. I gotcha. Like, what's your favorite food? Popcorn. Anyway, Kickstarter, man. I just had some people that I knew would back it, and I put the number real low. I only put it $300.
Okay.
And I knew I had some buddies that would back it, like, because I support their stuff. So I imagine they'd support me, and they did. And actually, a really cool backer was John Avina. He didn't have to back me, right? we're friends. I did fan art for one of his things, and he was like, "Oh, that's awesome," and became friends. You know, whatever.
Sweet.
Tools, I guess. I don't like hang out in Chicago, but,
Right.
like, you know what I mean? So, you know, I had enough people back me, and I didn't put it too high. For me, that was a
Right.
big win.
Right.
Actually getting that, you know, done.
I mean, I'm putting mine at like $500.
Perfect. Yeah.
It's not the beautiful part of in my situation, I'm doing it regardless if the Kickstarter funds or not, right? I'll pay for it, you know, out of, you know, tax return or whatever. You know,
Yeah.
but
We'll get it.
yeah, I mean, so that's why I was like, you know, at the time it was Kickstarter a few weeks ago, it was like Kickstarter is where to try to I needed somewhere to send people if they were interested. So I built the
Oh.
pre-launch page, right? So I have the pre-launch page up.
Yes.
Now I'm not going to launch it until I have a finished product in hand. Right.
It's,
So I'll have the book to be able to show like when I launch. So that'll be really cool.
yeah.
As well as I'm doing the newsletter to, you know, hopefully start building a newsletter list to be able to send people to the Kickstarter and all that. Hopefully I'll hit $500. We'll see. So
I think you'll be fine this far in advance, man, and sending out those newsletters, it's going to help out a lot.
I haven't checked see if I've got anybody signed up for the newsletter. I haven't checked in a few days. We'll have to see. I only just started posting about it, and talking about it about like last week. So after I interviewed Will Alred last week, he was the one that turned me on to doing a newsletter and building that. Like, yeah, that's something to do. Is that something you do as well now, or?
I signed up for Substack. I'm not good at it, but I know it's a lot of people are converting over there, and then you can have them send out all. Yeah, a lot of people are doing well over there. They're making money.
I haven't messed with Substack yet. I guess I should.
I signed up for it and have a page, but I'm not good at it. But
I don't even know how it works.
It's one of those. I like TikTok and YouTube, and it'll teach me.
Yeah,
you know,
exactly.
Internet University. But on my Shopify store, man, it email anytime I put out a new book or something, it'll send an email to people. So
pretty cool. Awesome. So you're building that list and stuff. So.
Yeah. And then Global Comics, if you're subscribed to me, it'll send an email out to you that I put out a new digital one too.
Sweet.
Yeah.
What's your favorite part about, you know, writing? Is it writing or drawing, or what's your favorite part of the process?
You know, before I would say writing, and I kind of still stick with that. I've wrote stuff since I was 8 with short stories and everything off and on. And like I used to be in bands, so I'd write lyrics. But I'm actually getting a lot of fulfillment out of the art, man. And it's really helpful, and it just I can sit there and focus on something, because I can write something driving in the car or whatever. Oh yeah, he'll do this in the next page and da da da. But drawing it and shading it, that's another thing. Coloring's a big thing for me. Like, you got to go through the different shades and make sure it all works, and then gradients. So it's very cool to just focus on.
That's very cool. What do you want readers to feel about, like, what to take away from when they read your books?
Man, I'll tell you a story that was from a table appearance. This little guy, he came up, he's like, "What's your comic book about?" And I'm like, "Well, it's like, if you passed away, what happens when you come back? Could you be a superhero?" And he's like, "Oh, that's really cool. I don't have any money, but I'll be back." And then his mom came back with him. She's like, "I'm going to buy 4 of your books. He just lost his uncle." And I was like, "Oh, that's awesome." She's like, "Would you sign him for him?" I was like, "I've never been asked that." "Yes, of course I." So I signed him, and then I talked to him for a little bit, and we played some trivia and stuff on Marvel and whatnot, just for fun. And he walked away. He's like, "Thank you. I really appreciate it." So if you lost somebody, it's okay, and you can cope with it. And maybe, who knows where they're at, but they're probably okay, you know?
Right. Yeah, that's awesome. Like, a few things, and that was a lot. No, you're fine. It's just, That's a lot to process because I had an interesting interaction last night too. It was very cool, but I'll get to in a second. But the fun part about that whole conversation was, was that the first time that you were asked to autograph something?
Yeah, yeah.
Wow. What was
I
that
had
like?
another one later. But,
Later?
man.
Is it only twice? Come on.
No, I'll sign them if I mail people books or
Okay.
whatever. The second time was same day later. She was just a really introverted kid, and she's like, "Oh, I really just like these." And she was wearing like a Ghost the band shirt and all that, and I could tell she was having a hard time at that craft fair. I don't know why. She just was like reserved and like was looking around, and I was like, "I'll get all of these." And she's like, "Can you sign them?" So I think it meant something to her.
Yeah. That's really awesome. Is that the only event you've done, or?
No, man. I do a bunch around the town here, and then Louisville, which is the biggest town around me, Louisville,
Okay.
Kentucky.
Yeah. I was
I
just
do
in
stuff.
Louisville couple months ago.
Well, yeah. Oh, that's cool, man.
Well, we
Yeah.
went out west. I have family in Oklahoma City, so we go out there, but we went up through that way, Louisville and
Sure.
St.
Yeah,
Louis. And we just
bunch
a
of road
different
work.
way to go instead of I-40.
Yeah.
But then we went up South Dakota. We went all over the place. It was amazing. But yeah, my daughter wanted a bat. She's a huge Harley fan, so she wanted a real wooden bat because she had like the propped one.
Oh, yeah.
So I was like, well, we're going through Louisville. We'll go to the Bat Museum and,
That museum,
buy you a
yeah,
bat, right? So I bought her a bat,
Mhm.
a Louisville Slugger bat. So it was pretty cool.
Very cool, man.
But that story, that first part of that story about the
Yeah,
kid,
yeah.
right? It brought up, I saw a video a couple days ago. It was Cutthroat Comics.
Josh, yeah.
Josh, I interviewed him a few weeks ago, but he put out or it wasn't even a video. It was just typed out on Facebook talking about, how his childhood, he always had toys and superhero stuff. And, I was the same way, I had always never went without, anything. Luckily, just my mom was great, but
Yeah.
there are people that don't, right? And that can't afford, especially with the price of things nowadays. And,
It's up there.
if you can donate toys and stuff, do so. So that like motivated me. Like, I really want to do that this year. But then I went like to go get dinner last night, pick up pizza. And in the shop, when I was picking it up, there's like little 3-year-old kid in there, and they had like this like scarecrow sitting in a chair, for Halloween. And he's like, "Don't sit there." I'm like, "Well, I wasn't gonna sit there," but he was holding a Spider-Man action figure. I'm like, "Dude, do you like Spider-Man?" He was like, "Yeah, Spider." So I had like this 10-minute conversation with a 3-year-old in a pizza place last night, just talking superheroes. And I was like,
Oh, that's awesome.
I wanted so bad. I wish so bad I had a copy of my comic book or any comic book or something to give them, but I just didn't have anything with me. And I was like, this is not going to be good when I go to places. I'm just going to give my comic to everybody. But I just thought that was cool,
That was awesome, man.
for the
Yeah.
kids. My kids are getting older, so
Mhm.
I have a 24-year-old and a 10-year-old. So
I've got 20 and 14, and then he's getting ready to be 11 this year.
Okay.
So they're getting up there too.
they're getting up there. Yeah. Are they all boys, you said, or
No, well, I've got 2 boys and then a girl.
a girl? Okay. Yeah, I only have daughters, so I don't know what it's
Okay,
like to
there you
have
go.
boys. So I don't really know what to do with them.
Loud.
Loud. I don't know. My girls are loud.
Oh,
God.
well, there you go. It wouldn't be too different then. You're all right.
Did we answer the question? I don't even know at this point.
Oh,
Like, how do you want them to
yeah.
feel? Like, you gave me the example, right?
Yeah. Hopeful. Maybe that. There you go. Hopeful. Want people to feel hopeful.
Yeah, when they actually read it and stuff. Yeah, that's awesome.
Yeah. If they just read Freedom, my Undead Bounty Hunter, I want them to laugh because I have a whole bit about just he's making a sandwich for a knuckle sandwich joke to this demon he's fighting. He also does a punch out punch, and the code flashes to Mike Tyson, and he's in little Max trunks and stuff.
Yeah.
So I throw a lot of bits in Freedom, but it's very cool. A lot of action, a lot of bits.
That's awesome. Do you have any like Easter eggs in there?
Well, yeah, I mean the punch out one in the first issue. Give or take. And Warriors, I do more. Like I mentioned Airwolf.
Wow.
Yeah, I love Airwolf, dude.
Heck
My dad
yeah.
watched Silver Surfer. Well, I was like, why don't you get, what'd he say? Why don't you get a silver guy with a surfing fetish to do the job? And he's like, Norin's a pal, blah, 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 you know. I do one to Point Break in the second issue of Warriors, like where they're skydiving.
Point Break's a
a-
great movie.
Yeah, dude. I love movies.
Yeah, right. Favorite movie? It's not on my list, but I'm gonna ask you. Favorite movie?
It's been the same since I was Terminator 2.
Okay.
It's not very artful or what, dude. It changed my life.
Right.
So I love that movie. It's so good. I have a VHS tape right here on my shelf.
Wow, that's pretty cool.
Or here, yeah, I'll grab it.
What's his name? What's the guy's name? That's the
Robert Patrick.
Robert Patrick. I just started following him on like Facebook or something, and
he'll get on there.
He's got some funny stuff.
His brother is the lead singer of Filter.
I did not know that.
Yeah.
Trivia time. I would have lost. Just like when Annakhan's on the show.
Could have said something, just been like Peacemaker's dad. Yeah, it's
yeah, right. God. Who's your dream collaborator? If you could collaborate with somebody.
Anybody.
Okay.
Oh wow, man. No, you
you're saying it could be anybody. Okay.
Yeah, no, it threw
like,
me out.
Somebody work with me.
who would work with me? Like nobody.
Oh, come on.
I'm a 90s kid. I was born in 85. Man, this is gonna sound probably everybody says this, but Jim Lee.
Okay. Yeah. Nothing wrong with that. Yeah.
He's, from his process from starting out and just going through, like, I love his work on The Punisher in the 80s.
Right.
And then, like, he did random Silver Surfer covers and, like, his X-Men work. And got a shirt with it on. And, like, from where he went from that to being a founding father of Image and then going to be DC, like, the experience there is just crazy. And it's amazing art. Yeah.
What is one thing that you didn't realize when you started making comics that you wish you knew, like that you know now that you wish you knew when you started?
A couple probably. You can just start. You don't have to have permission. Like I thought you had to be like, oh, is it okay if I put that? You can just do it. Like that's why, and that's another reason I stay doing it on my phone. I make videos where I tell people you can get a drawing program and draw it out. It doesn't have to be magnificent, but at least you're doing it, and you'll put the reps in and it'll get better and better. And so you don't need permission. You can just do it.
Awesome. I love that. It's we get that answer a lot, which is, it's just, it needs to be said a lot, right? Just do it. Take the Nike approach. Sorry, Nike, don't cancel me if for saying that.
That also, the other thing, like if you're going to work with an artist and you're a writer, like try to give them credit and don't just give them a page rate.
Right.
That's the thing. A lot of people's like, I'm just going to pay them money and they can't change anything and all. Like it's a collaboration thing.
I hope my artist feels that way. Like I feel like we're collabing more than me just paying him like per page. Yeah. And I want him to be able to, sell it too, right? To make even more money off it at a tabling event or whatever. I would love to pay him 100 times more than I am, but maybe one day I can, but today, not today. Not today. But we'll get there.
Man, for sure.
So hopefully, that works out. What advice would you just give aspiring creators other than just start? Just do it. Just start. It doesn't matter.
I guess don't overthink stuff. Like I had a bad habit of that in the beginning, is that I'd go and I'd rewrite the draft like 5 times. Man, we can fix it in post. Like I'll go
and
I'll do the whole issue and then I'll go back. I'll be like, that dialogue sucked. That didn't line up, this and that. So I'll just I guess it's different because I letter it, but you could send those notes to the letter. I don't think they're going to care that much. I want this dialogue or that. It's just hard if you feel like you're stuck in this one thing and you have to do it this way,
Somebody else, like the collaboration, right?
Yeah,
Getting their
yeah.
ideas and just, like I said, seeing the pages as they come back, and just seeing how he interprets words on a piece of paper to drawing it is just, and I think my favorite part is he's exploring too, like in different ideas. Like there's
Yeah.
one panel where he writes out Talking Comics in big word bubbles, and
Yes.
inside each bubble's a panel, like an
Yeah.
image. It's like
Mhm.
really cool. He's like just exploring things like that, and the book's only better because of that. And there's no wrong answer, right?
I love
You do what you
I
want to
love
do. Uh,
yeah. Yeah.
we don't care about the haters. You're gonna get them. Everybody does.
Oh, yeah. I had one dude was like AI, and that's all he wrote on one of my videos. I was like, I write and draw everything, man.
Right? They
The
don't
other
know.
one, they were like, nice ripoff of the Ninja Turtle art. I was like, what do you even talk? It's a bandana on a guy who's bald, sure, but it's in a completely different place. And it had nothing to do with
Take
Eastman's work.
Stephanie Phillips' approach. I love the way she reacts to the hater videos. They are hilarious. So
Yeah, she's very funny.
it'll come. We'll get more. All
Yeah.
right. So that's the end of my page one. So I get to ask you the famous question. What is it that I didn't ask that you want to cover? Is there anything you want to talk about before we get to the fun questions?
Nothing I can really, I mean, I think that was everything. I thought about doing something, talking about other creators, but I didn't know if
Sure.
that was something
Yeah.
you'd
What do you
do on
got?
there with my show and tell. Hold
Sure.
on.
Heck. Well, I mean, like I said, this is an homage. My whole idea, like now, has changed to an homage to other creators, as long as they're cool with it being shown, which I'm sure they are. But
I'm just doing covers,
right.
just covers.
Yeah.
So it's just people that are very cool, specifically on TikTok. I know
Yeah.
it's kind of like where you're big, you know what I mean?
Well, I wouldn't say big, but okay.
Well, I mean, you're over 1,000, man.
I have 100 more
very cool.
followers than you, so like it's
You're doing
for today. Like,
but that's all. That's way better than me. So you're doing
whatever.
this guy Alex over at Lucky 33 Comics.
Okay.
I don't know if you've seen them. This new Luminaries. This is a very cool book they do. But he's very helpful to upcoming creators, I guess, is why I'm bringing him up.
Very cool.
If you go back, he's not super active right this second because his kids in school and stuff. But if you go back, man, that's the first person TikTok video I saw that was like, this is how you can do this. You can write it
Wow.
like this.
All
You
right.
can reach out to artist, stuff like that.
And
you
it's
know what I
Lucky
mean?
33.
Lucky 33.
Okay.
Very cool books. They've got a few different series out, and they're working on another issue now, and they've got another thing coming out. They're very cool people.
Okay. I'm gonna write these down and make sure I'm following them.
Okay. Danny J. Quick over
Okay.
at Ace Blade Comics.
Oh, yeah, I do know Ace Blade. I was like, I've heard Danny.
Yeah, very,
I
very
think
cool.
he's local to me. He's in North Carolina, I think.
North Carolina. Yeah.
I think he's over in the Charlotte area. I'm the other side of the state, but
Oh, dude. Yeah, he does a lot of
I
comms
know
out
he
there.
was in Greensboro the other day, a couple weeks ago. There was 2 or 3 people that I've talked to, which I haven't talked to him yet, but they were all at Greensboro, and I couldn't make it that day. I was so mad that I couldn't make it because, like, I can't wait to meet the people that I've interviewed in person.
Yeah,
Right? I can't wait to do that, and it'll happen. But
for sure.
so yeah, Ace Blade, I definitely follow him. He's good at his TikTok too.
Yeah, he's great, man. There's this guy called Derek Moreland. He does a lot of fan art, but he also has his own series, like Spaces Awful or Spaces Still Awful, depending on it. Sorry, it's so glaring.
Yeah, I know. The glare is a pain.
Yeah, but so he's really good at, like, he brings in people with fan art, but then he posts his original stuff and people see it, and he's got a bunch of followers. It's just a good approach to, like, trying to get people in. And then I know I talked about him earlier, but John Avina, this is Lucha Forever. I did a fan art piece for it, but he's really cool on process stuff, kind of like Stephanie.
Okay.
He'll go in like how he writes, or he'll help you find people. He goes behind the scenes. He's very cool. He's from Chicago. Very good.
How do you
stuff,
spell
man.
his last name?
Avina, Avina.
INA. All right.
Mm-hmm. And then Peyton Mullins. He's the Astounding All-Star. I'm pretty
sure I follow him. Yep.
Yeah, he's pretty popular, but he was really good in getting people with like popular comic knowledge and stuff, and then he'll bring it over with individual books. So
Yeah, he
he's
was
cool to
pretty
follow.
cool.
Yeah, he's cool to follow for that.
Yeah, because I was confused because like the Radical Comics, you know, they have an all-star too, you know, so.
Which they have, they've talked about it before and stuff, and they're cool with each other. But
Right.
apparently, people were trying to start some.
Of course, people want to start stuff. But
Yeah,
it's totally different. He was cool. Ronnie was awesome. Like he was.
Oh,
I think
Ronnie's awesome.
he might have been the second interview I did, or second or third.
That's why
right.
I started seeing your stuff after his because I'm buddies with him on here.
And yeah, he was phenomenal. He was a lot of fun. And then his other guys too, part of Radical, Elijah and
yes,
and God, what's the other kid's name? How did I forget that?
It's okay.
I'm gonna forget people's names. I'm old. Forgive me, people. Please don't be mad at me. There it is. Zay. Jeez, I knew it was something short.
Yeah.
Zay, he was cool. Yep, cool. Any others?
Well, your buddy and most people's T.S. Luther. He's a very helpful guy.
I don't know if he's my buddy. He didn't sign that.
I see some comments back and forth.
Yeah, no, he was really cool. We had a great time interviewing. It was really cool because like he's got involved with Invader. Invader found out I was interviewing him. They reached out, wanted me to do Jared Rowe to do Do Not Disturb. So I did like both in the same week, and I'm doing the guy that wrote Artillery. I'm doing that one too.
Cool.
So I'm trying to it's really cool because build relationship with these smaller publishers to help them, just all help. Like I said, we're all in this together. Like
we're all buddies.
Don't start shit between between people. Like we're all in this together. We all bring the community up together. You know what I'm saying? Like
yeah, dude.
That's what I'm here for. But yeah, TS was awesome. He did. I can't wait to read Digger.
Oh, I know.
He didn't send me that one. He sent me the Tokyo and then the other one, Hellion and Bash.
You might want to order it from your local shop.
I did. I ordered it. I did. I put the order in for that and Do Not Disturb. So tell your local comic shops, please, that you want to order those. Last week, I think next week or this week's the last week you can pre-order. Pre-order both of them, maybe, or at least Do Not Disturb.
Yeah.
But yeah, he was awesome. A lot of the people I've interviewed are awesome. I mean, like we can kind of turn this into like a recap portion of my, of the podcast, right?
Yeah.
You got CL Zeno who wrote Drunk Mom and did him a couple weeks ago. He was awesome. Will Alred, Crossover Division, really cool stories using like, the what do you call it? He uses like stories that aren't copyrighted anymore. They're in like the public domain. Yeah. So he's got a Cthulhu one. He's got a Dracula one. War of the Worlds. Like I read the first issue was War of the World. I'm like, this is War of the Worlds. Like I turn the page. He's like, yeah, this is War of the. I'm like, okay,
it's that.
It is that. That was really cool. Who else we got? We talked about Jeff already at Cutthroat, Jeff Haas, the publicist. He wrote his own comics too.
Mm-hmm.
Who else I got? Mike Algier, of course, my artist.
Yeah.
Have you ever talked to Tanner, the number 2 pencil man?
No, but I do see stuff.
Yeah, he's funny. He was an awesome interview. That was a great interview too. Dwayne Doherty, Wake Comics. He's on TikTok. He was good. The Radical guys.
Radical guys are cool.
Who else? Kevin Davis from, I can't say it, Kavisi International. Yeah. He was cool. He's very busy. Oh, Brandon from Avalon, the zombie one. He was fun. He's very active on Facebook.
Oh, cool. Yeah, I gotta do more of that.
Yeah, me too. I don't really do business stuff on Facebook, but I started following more people on Facebook, but we'll see. Yeah. Richard Santana from Indigo Comics, Genesis. I don't know if they've launched their Kickstarter. We'll have to look. That'd be pretty cool.
Hopefully so. Yeah.
Of course, Jonathan Thomas. He was cool. He's cool. ST Entertainment. I think.
But yeah, okay.
On
Yes,
TikTok. He's cool.
Dude, all right.
That might be it. Oh, wait, no, we got Kane Gallagher. He was from Australia. He did the Underclass.
Yeah.
I'll have to get that one.
Yeah.
And then Braxton Cosby, he did Broken. He's out of Atlanta. He's got a whole publishing company. And then
Very cool.
the homebrew guys, Chris Saloff, he was cool.
Yes. Yeah.
And that's it. That's my recap show. That's all the ones I've done so far. And then this one.
There you go. That's right.
You know? I actually have been thinking about doing I guess by the time this comes out, the other episode will be out. So we can't forget Stephanie Phillips and Will Dennis. So that's coming out tomorrow. But by the time this breaking news. Go back and watch it because this will come out next week, I think, Tuesday or Wednesday or Tuesday or sometime next week.
Go back and watch it a lot. It's
a lot, yeah.
And fun.
Share it with all your friends and this episode. So all the episodes. We have no friend. No, we have a lot of friends. So and they're going to be awesome.
Yes.
Well, cool. So I have my fun questions that we can do real quick.
And okay.
So hopefully you've been studying. I did have one person who's like, yeah, I went and watched a bunch of these just to see what these questions were and thought about them a lot. It's like, well, that's funny. You weren't supposed to do that, but it's kind of funny.
No, I watched some, but I didn't want to overdo it. So
I don't
have fun
care.
with the fun questions.
All right. So do you remember your first favorite superhero or what got you first one you remember enjoying or liking?
Yes, actually. And that's my other part of my show and tell. Here you go, man.
Here we go.
And this comic is special to me, and the story might be cool for you too. So this is Daredevil number 37.
That's cool.
It's very cool. Stan wrote it and everything. This is my favorite one. It's the first time I walked into a comic shop with my dad, and I got to pick what I wanted.
Heck yeah!
And Dr. Doom was always my favorite villain, so he's the one, and he let me pick it. And that was just a really cool memory that I got to go with my dad. And so Daredevil was my first.
Heck yeah! So that was the first. What was the first one you ever read?
I also have that. Hold on, I'm getting there.
See, you did study.
No, well, I just was like, show and tells are fun.
Yeah, they are. That's awesome that you have those.
This is still my copy. 268 X-Men is the first one I read. My dad was like, oh, he'll like Wolverine. He's got claws.
Right.
So Wolverine and Captain America and Black Widow, and they're in Madripoor, and it's very cool. Very first one.
That is awesome, dude. All right, what's your favorite current series?
Oh,
I added this question recently, so
there's so many, man. I love the Jason Aaron Ninja Turtles a lot. I like there's 2 Thundercat series out by Dynamite.
I haven't read those.
Lost and, dude, they're really cool.
Are they?
Like
okay.
Thundercats. What else is going? There's it just ended from Benjamin Percy, but there's a Wolverine Deadpool 10-issue run.
Is it only 10?
It might. I think it's 10. Yeah, it might be 12. But I just finished it. It was very cool.
The one with Strafe?
Yeah, with Strife in it. Yes,
okay.
yes.
I have that one. I just haven't finished down there in my pile. I haven't finished reading it. I'm probably I think I've read up to 6 or 7. So
yeah, it's
getting okay.
Well, because I'm a big Cable guy, so having Strife come in was very awesome for me, dude.
It was cool to me when I saw it come out because I'm a huge Western nerd too. So they're in Deadwood with Wild Bill and stuff. So and we actually, my daughter and I got to go out there to Deadwood this past summer and got to see Wild Bill's graves. Awesome. That was awesome. And then I love the Deadly Tales of a Gunslinger, Spawn.
Oh, from Spawn?
Those things are freaking, that's probably one of my favorite. They are so good.
They're so fun.
Cool. That's a good series though. That was the first one, so it's crazy. So we started the comic journey basically in December of last year.
Okay.
When my daughter found her first Harley and was like, what is this? And
it's awesome.
And she fell in love with it. So over the next 2 weeks, we were in 20 different shops trying to buy us all the Harley run, right?
That's
And I
cool.
happened to be in a shop and saw it was there on January 1st when that first issue of the Deadpool Wolverine dropped. And I was like, oh, I'll get that for myself and I'll pull it for myself, right? So that was the start of now I get a stack each week. It's horrible, but
It's a habit.
It's a habit. It's horrible for my bank account, but we'll see. But it's good. It makes for good content for the podcast. So
it's great. Yeah.
All right. If you could live in any comic book universe, what would it be?
I'll tell you which one. It won't be The Walking Dead, because no. It won't be that, man.
Oh, that's fantastic.
If you want to be safe, you'd go with Archie and Jughead. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like, that's where you would be safe. But to see the coolest stuff, I'm a super Marvel guy, so I would love to go live in the X-Men's world, specifically the Claremont era, just to see like what's going on. You know what I mean?
Heck
Just
yeah.
like how all that went. It would be really cool.
I like that. If you could have any superpower, which would you choose?
I used to say invisibility, but I think I go teleport like Nightcrawler with the Bamps and
Heck
everything.
yeah. Teleportation would be awesome because you can go like anywhere. It's amazing.
You can go anywhere. Like that movie Jumper, like really kind of made me break it down after I watched it. I know no one cares about the movie Jumper with Anakin Skywalker, but it's really good.
It was good. I enjoyed that movie.
If it's bad, you can say it. It's okay.
I actually I'm a movie nerd too. I love almost all
cool.
movies. So I've
Awesome.
never really seen a horrible movie. I don't think. I mean, I'm sure I have. I
They're
enjoy
there.
them. I'm one of those like I don't see the plot coming, or I don't allow myself to see it coming. So I actually enjoy the movie for the movie, right?
Yeah.
And like a lot of people will get upset or, oh, I saw that coming a mile away, or maybe occasionally I'll be that way, but I try to like just zone out, right? Watch the
Just zone
movie,
out,
right?
Yeah.
Enjoy the show. Let's see here. Which comic book character would you want as your personal sidekick? Any character.
And they're my sidekick.
Yep, they're your sidekick.
Okay. No. What about you could do Silver Surfer and you could like use his board and surf the spaceways with him? You know what I
Heck
mean?
yeah. I like
cool to
that.
see different
See the
movements,
world,
yeah.
see the universe, not
The
just the world.
universes. Go like look in Galactus's ear, see what's in there. You know, this kind of thing.
I don't think it's talked about, and it's probably still too early to talk about it, but because it really isn't out on video yet, or digital. Well, you can rent it, I guess.
You can, yeah. You can.
Fantastic Four, but I did not see that coming at all. Galactus and Silver Surfer in that movie, I was like, this is freaking awesome. I had no idea that until I sat down to watch it. I guess that's how out of the loop I was on the movie.
Okay, very
I had
cool.
no idea that Galactus was in that movie, and they did a great job with that, I thought.
He looks very grumpy, so it worked out really good for him. He always
Right.
has this grimace kind of on his face, even in the 90s cartoon. But
Yeah.
anyway.
All right. This is a good one. If your life were a comic book, what would the title be?
Broken Happy. I know.
Broken.
Like I like, I love being a dad to my kids and
Right.
husband wife thing, and I can buy omnibuses and action figures from time to time, so it's very cool. But I stay kind of on the lower end, but
Right.
I can make comic books, I can hang out with my family. It's pretty cool, man.
Yeah, exactly. That's definitely where I'm at too. So I get to hang out with my kids and spoil them a little bit here and there and buy comic books. So what more could you want? And I get to talk with cool people on the podcast about comics. So that's been an added bonus this year.
That's been very cool.
It was really cool. Annika and I were talking the other day. I can't remember what I was doing because I was working on the podcast. I think I was either editing or building a page or doing something for the podcast. And, she's like, yeah, this is awesome. You're doing good. I was like, oh, thanks. Appreciate that. She's like, I was like, it's a lot of work, but just doing it. And she's like, well, just don't stop. I'm like, I wasn't planning on it, but that's really cool that you're telling me like apparently she's enjoying it too. Right. She don't
Yeah.
want to stop. She's like, just don't stop. We can't stop. I'm like, well, I have no plans on stopping. So it's cool. We're good. We're doing 3 episodes a week this month and next month. So like, it might be a
Cool.
little much. I might slow down a little bit in December, but 3 episodes a week's a little crazy, but
A lot. Yeah.
and my day
Wow.
job. So, but it's all
Mhm.
right. Well, tell people where they can find your work. Where can they buy your books?
I got you. I got a website, nuffsaidbooks.com. You can buy
Okay.
them there. You can holler at me on a message. I'm on the TikTok shop. Not everything's over there, but I'm getting everything over there. So you can buy them there. Instagram, Facebook, all that stuff.
Awesome. Awesome. And then are you going to do more conventions or?
Yes. So I'm probably going to go back to PopCon in Indy next year. I'd like to get a couple more books done because I bought this Wham stand thing. It's like a spinny rack.
Yeah.
You can put your books on, and I got like my logo and stuff for as a topper on it. So I like to have that filled up. I'd like to have like
Sweet.
10 to 12 books.
When is that?
That's in March. I want to say
March? Okay.
Yeah. It may be April. They might have shifted it from last year.
March, April. What's it called?
Con. They do like a bunch of them throughout the country. They just happen to start doing Indianapolis.
Indianapolis.
Yeah.
How far are you from Indianapolis?
About an hour and a half.
Okay.
Hour and a half. I'm real close to. I'm like 20 minutes from Louisville, Kentucky, and then,
Oh, that's right. So you're south of
yeah,
Skyline Chili.
Skyline Chili, very cool. They have a lot of those around here.
Yeah.
Very-
That's the real reason we went to that way. Going
The
out to
tiny-
Oklahoma City was because there's a Skyline in Louisville. So
Yeah, there is. Yeah,
I stopped there and ate because I enjoy some Skyline chili.
right. You got to check it. Yeah, you got to do it.
They don't sponsor me either, but maybe they could.
But
Send me
they
chili.
might.
Please send me chili.
They could do it. They got
Right? It's so much fun. All right. Well, that's cool. I've done a gaming convention in Indy before. So it's only like it was like a 11-hour drive for me, 10, 11. It's not bad.
well, solid. That's not bad. I'm thinking about doing Tennessee, Ohio, Missouri, stuff like that. I just haven't super committed yet.
Well, when you commit, let me know because I might start like seriously especially around that time.
Yeah.
And definitely after May, I'm gonna try to do one a month or so.
Okay, yeah.
And I don't mind if it's a day drive anywhere. I don't care.
Yeah.
I love driving,
Okay.
so I'll drive. Yeah, I'll drive anywhere. I don't care.
He's like, I'll drive. It's cool.
I love driving, so it's my peace time. It's relaxing to drive for me. I can't.
vibe.
The trick is, well, and I still do it, but like I can't really work when I drive. If I'm sitting at home, I'm just gonna work, right?
Yeah.
On the podcast, my day, whatever it is, I'm gonna work on something. It's hard for me to like just not do anything. So driving, I'm still thinking about working, or I'll listen to a podcast. So
there you go.
I'll listen to Talkin Comics, my favorite podcast.
It's the best one out there.
That was a shameless plug. Well, cool. Yeah, keep us posted. If you have something come up or have another book come out or do another Kickstarter or whatever, let me know. We'll have you back on. I'd love to have you back and promote that too. And, go to nuffsaidbooks.com. You get your book, subscribe, like, comment, all that fun stuff on both our channels and
repost
and make it happen. Well, thanks so much, Colin, for joining me. I really appreciate you being here.
Appreciate you, man. Thank you so much for having me. I really appreciate it.
Hey, no worries.
In a world of heroes, villains, and epic stories,
Braha, Annakhan, and their ultimate sidekick, Panel Pete, take you on adventures each week.
showing off their comic book hauls,
Fun trivia and games, honest reviews.
and inspiring conversations with creators and consumers who make it all possible.
Join in on the conversation.
This is Talkin Comics.
Trying to start a podcast but feeling stuck? At Aquadio, we help creators make waves with everything you need to bring your voice to life. Hosting, recording, editing, and marketing. Whether you're starting from scratch or just need a little help polishing your sound, We're here to hydropower your creativity. Comment on this video or DM us today and let's dive in.